What's up with it? This big bro Grizz. You watching Player Talk. Today we gonna talk about overcharging. This is a topic I've been wanting to talk about for a minute. All right, overcharging. What is overcharging and why are we talking about it? Overcharging is simply this. When a woman wants you to overpay, whether it's money, time, energy, or effort, you are paying more than you feel comfortable paying for this woman. That's overcharging. Let's say you feel like for this woman, I'm willing to call her twice a week and interact with her, and that's it. But let's say she needs you to call her every single day, or she gonna be on some of that any dude that can go a day without talking to me don't need to talk to me at all. Well, if you don't feel like that about her, if you ain't got that feeling like, man, I gotta talk to her every single day, she worth that much of my time and energy. If you give her that time and energy, you're overpaying. And you gotta think about the concept. Imagine if you was overcharging somebody for something. Let's say you was selling somebody some shoes, and you was like, you knew these shoes was worth $100, but you charged this person $300 and they was willing to pay for it. You like, oh, this dude's stupid. You like, this person don't know the value of what they buying. They dumb. They ain't got good sense. They don't know what they doing. They'll take anything. So that's how a woman gonna think, because a woman, through her experiences with different types of guys and stuff, has an ideal of her perceived value. Like throughout her life, she's become accustomed to knowing certain guys are willing to do certain stuff that other guys are or aren't willing to do. So you can think you being all cool, you can think you finessing, and you can think you got shit under control, but in all actuality, her experience is telling her things about you that you don't realize. You telling her based on the way you approach her and interact with her, how much effort and energy you put into it. So let's keep it simple, but I don't want to stick to money, but we're gonna keep it simple. Let's say y'all go out on a date. Let's say on y'all first date, you spend a lot of money. Let's say you go, let's say you do dinner. You spent what's a plate? One. Let's say you spend $150 at dinner, right? Because if you go to a nice restaurant, a plate is gonna be like $40 or $50 a piece, just at a cool, nice little restaurant. You go to a steakhouse, you're looking at like $45 for a plate. So 2 plates, that's $90 plus tax, that's $100. And if you're on a nice date, both y'all gonna get at least one drink. Drinks is like $10, $12 a piece. Now you at like $125, and then you got a tip, so you at like $150. That easy. That's just for dinner. So and y'all ain't even get appetizers. So if you do that, and this girl ain't never had nobody spend this kind of money on her before, you have set off signals in her brain that is gonna be equivalent to overcharging. Like, she realized she getting more than she's accustomed to getting for the same product. She's the product, right? And she ain't never got this much for what she's offering, but you giving it to her off the flip. You created a new standard for that product. Now all of a sudden, this is the minimum that she's gonna be willing to accept, because you started like this. You don't want to be overpaying for stuff. So in any negotiation, you want to start as close to where you want to go. Like, let's say we on the scale, right? We got one end, this is the overpaying, this is the underpaying, right? So let's say where you feel comfortable is right here in the middle. Like, you feel comfortable right here in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, 150 is on this end. 150 was this much. So half of 150, $75. So you be like, oh, I'll spend $75 and feel comfortable, right? That's cool. I ain't gonna feel taken over, but you don't spend $150, you all the way over here. Now let's say I'm gonna come way over here and spend $25. That ain't enough though. See, you ain't put enough on the table to get her. So just like that woman, if you spend $25 on that date, because you on this end instead of way over here on the 150 end, if she give you what you want, you get the cheeks, and you spend $25, guess what? You underpaid for it. Now she done got taken advantage of. All right. So it's a balance to all of this stuff. And everything ain't always gonna be in the middle. Sometimes, you know what, you might overpay on this end, but on this other thing you might underpay, which will create balance. So it's all about what you feel comfortable doing and the way you perceive the value of the person. So another common way of overcharging, because that's money. I don't want to really stick to money because that's not what this is really about. Time, energy, and attention is what this is really, really about. I hear it's a meme that was going around, people, girls be saying stuff like, if a dude can go a day without talking to me, he don't need to talk to me at all. That's a trap. And it's a general trap. It's like a trap. Anybody that fall in it is open to be a victim. It's not for one particular person. Anytime you do this to a girl, she gonna know this nigga on some sucker shit. What kind of dude got time or even want to talk to a girl every single day on the phone? We ain't talking about cohabitating. We ain't talking about living together, being in a consistent, ongoing relationship. You trying to pull somebody, you call them every freaking day. You overpaying. And after a point, they ain't even gonna want your money. You ever had somebody treat you like they can buy you? Like literally, like maybe like I'm an artist, so I can paint and draw and stuff, right? And sometimes people treat me like they can buy me, and it'll make me offended. And I'll be like, I'm cool, I don't want to do the project at all. Cause you know, you can't buy me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how it works. So you don't want to do that with a woman either. Kind of just start throwing the wallet out at her like, I'm gonna take you to this place, I'm gonna take you to that place, and all you really doing is throwing the wallet at her. And it'll get to a point where she ain't even gonna want it because she gonna see what you're doing. So how do you prevent yourself from being overcharged? The simplest thing to say is you gotta be willing to walk away at any given time, no matter how much you've invested up to this point, whether it's a little or a lot. If you get to a point where you refuse to walk away, you are going to overpay. And no matter how cool you think you're gonna be, she probably gonna notice that you're willing to overpay. Because what'll happen is this: it don't have to be some pre-written, something that's written down already. It don't have to be predetermined. This could be something that is recognized on as it's happening, ongoing. Everything could be perfectly fine. She could be feeling you a whole lot, right? You doing everything right, but then you push too hard. You push a little too hard, and all of a sudden it's gonna send out them signals in her brain. He trying to do too much, because it's contrast from what you've been doing. Up until this point, you've been cool, relaxing, just going with the flow. Now all of a sudden you being all pushy. It's gonna make them think you got a hidden agenda. And most time when a dude is pushing, it's something in his mind that's making him either insecure or overly confident. See, these are still two. You got insecure, you got overly confident. You're on two different ends of the spectrum. They all bad though. So maybe you thinking, oh, I'm right there. Maybe if I just push a little harder, I'll get what I want. Nope, that ain't how it works. That pushing, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna push it away. You know what I'm saying? And women don't like being pulled neither. So as I'm saying this, I'm saying physically, you don't push and pull on women. They don't like that shit. Metaphorically, emotionally, mentally, they don't like being pushed and pulled neither. They want to be guided. That's how you deal with women. You guide them. And any woman that don't want to be guided by you, you don't want to deal with them no way. So how do you guide a woman with your energy, effort, and intentions? This is how you do it. When you come into, like when you start your courtship, because I don't really like dating. I don't like the idea of dating. Dating is too many games. I prefer a man to court a woman. So while you starting your courtship, you need to know what your intentions is off the rip. Is this a woman you just want to date for a minute so y'all can be, freaky with each other and just have a little buddy to kick it with for the summer? Is this somebody you think could be legit relationship material? Or maybe it's just, I'm just curious. I'm just hella curious. I just want to see what happens, right? So this is going to help you throughout the whole process when you come in from the beginning, knowing what you're really trying to do. Me personally, and I'm going to encourage other dudes to be like this. Don't even deal with women that you don't think you can take serious. Because the woman you think you can take serious, she'll show you. You can't take me serious. So why start with a woman you know you can't take serious? Maybe her whole setup is wrong. Maybe she got more kids than you willing to put up with. Maybe this is a girl, maybe but I can deal with a girl with 1 kid. I can't deal with a girl that got 3. So if you sitting there talking to a girl with 3 kids, but you approaching her on some serious relationship type stuff, just because you like the way she look, you setting yourself up to look like a sucker. Right? And what make you like a sucker ain't necessarily you dealing with a girl with kids. It's how you gonna handle her. In her eyes, you man, this nigga a sucker. He doing too much. We don't never want to do that. So being patient is a good way to not overpay. Same way in the market for anything else. Let's say you want to buy a car and you in a rush. So as soon as that car drop, you want to go and get it. You're gonna pay top dollar for it, whether it's worth it or not. Guess what? If you go get a car as soon as it drop, it ain't even got no feedback on any recalls yet. This car might be poorly put together for all you know. It could have a serious defect in it, and you don't know because you was in a rush to go get it. But if you be patient, you take your time, don't all be in a rush, you'll hear like, damn, you know what, that car I want, I heard the brakes go out in 1 year. I heard the transmission always go out in a couple years on this car. And you wouldn't know that. You only gonna know that is if you be patient and take your time and do your research. So you want to do the same thing with a woman. Do your research. Okay, so what does that mean, Grizz? Big bro, what does that mean when you say do your research on a female? First off, just be observant. Like when I see a woman I think I'm interested in, I kind of peep her as much as I'm allowed to. Maybe I'm in a place where I can check her for a couple days. I can watch her for a couple days. And when I say watch, I'm not stalking her. I'm talking about if I happen to be walking down the hallway and I see her, I can kind of peep her. What's her body language like? What's her demeanor like? What's her facial expression? Does she always sit around looking pissed off at the world? Is she always got a smile on her face? Does she always look neutral? You know, you watching somebody for a couple days, right? When you do see them, is it always a dude up in their face, grinning from ear to ear, like they want something? You know what I'm saying? Is it always a bunch of drama over there? She always on the phone, cussing somebody out? You know, or you might notice every time I see her, she always got like a little book in her hand. She always like reading a little book on her break. You know what I'm saying? Or whenever I see her, she always look real calm and relaxed and real peaceful. You know, she like she don't do no drama. You can, just pay attention. Just keep your eyes open. Get your face out of your phone. Look up sometime and see what's going on in the world. See what's going on with people, because you're interacting with these people. I had this lady. I worked at a place. I had this lady. She started flirting with me out of nowhere. I'll be sitting up in my station doing my work. Her and her little friend would come by and be fucking with me, so I'll fuck with them back. And they said something to me like, oh, we ain't seen you around. Where you been at? I ain't seen you around here. I've been here like 4-5 months already. So I'm like, you must not be looking hard enough. I'm teasing her back. So they laugh and giggle and run all off like they in high school or something. So for probably a couple months, this girl used to come and mess with me. She used to tease with me. She used to always get this little, be, oh, he's looking at me. Oh my God, he's looking at me. All that type of shit, right? So I've been like doing my research. I've been peeping her, and I was like, because she owned me so hard, I'm gonna go ahead and go for it because she's attractive. But something was kind of telling me, you cool on that. But I was like, she owned me. So one day I was coming in, she was kind of up by herself. I was like, this is a good little time. So I was direct. I said, what's up with it? I said, when we gonna get up? Get up? What's that mean? That's what she had. Get up? What that mean? Now you stupid. So what it is, it ain't that she's stupid. It's that she wasn't expecting me to approach her like this. So what women will do, women will buy time by acting dumb. They'll stall. Like when I say buy time, it could be just like a couple seconds to think of something good to say. So they'll act dumb. Get up. Oh, what does get up mean? Now, so what they doing in their head, they trying, okay, how do I approach this shit? Oh, I wasn't expecting Buddy to come at me like this. So I'm like, yeah, get up. We can kick it, get to know each other a little bit better. Because if you don't want to hang out and get to know each other a little bit better, leave me alone. Don't keep coming around here teasing, flirting with me and stuff if you don't want to get to know me. So I approached her, and you'd be surprised. You wouldn't believe what this woman told me. When I came at her like that, she got aggressive. What she was trying to do, she was trying to make me do her job for her. When she got aggressive, she was like, get up. What you think I just want to get up with you type shit. What she want me to do, she want me to get an attitude to justify her detaching from this thing she's created, because she initiated it with me. So she want me to fuck it up so that she don't have to look like she playing games and full of shit and just fucking with people, wasting people's time. So I'm like, yeah, get up so we can get to know each other a little bit better. So I put her on the spot. I wouldn't normally talk like this. I put her on the spot because I peeped what was going on. So I'm like, yeah, you always come around. You always be messing with me all the time. I be trying to mind my business and ignore you, but you always be up in my face. So I said, you know what? How about we just hang out, kick it, and see what the vibe is like? I'm engaged. I got a fiance that work up here. You're a rude, disrespectful lady. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, I'm not going to front. We know how people talk. So my couple little close homies, I tell my couple little close homies, like, yo, girl right there, she on me. But I don't really know though. Like, I ain't really feeling the vibe. None of these dudes done said nothing about a fiance. And this is one of the reasons why it's good to communicate with people. Don't tell all your business. But I'm saying this stuff, I'm like, this is research. See what people say about the person. Somebody might come and be like, oh no, she got a fiance. And you be like, oh, I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't fuck around like that. So now when we see each other, she uncomfortable and she awkward because she knows she full of shit and she playing games. So I could have overpaid by continuing to pursue. And who knows, the girl is obviously interested and willing to be risky with the shit. So I could go harder and go further with the stuff, but I be overpaying. I don't fool with married women, engaged women, or nothing like that anyway. So why would I put more effort into it than I feel comfortable? You know what I feel comfortable doing in that situation? I feel comfortable letting her keep coming around fucking with me. That's it. You can come around here and tease me. I don't know you though, and I'm not gonna fool with you like that. But if you come over here and mess with me, I'll be cordial and I'll interact with you and I'll participate a little bit. And unless you initiate a hookup or us linking up, I'm cool on all of it. And honestly, like I said, I'm not gonna mess with no married woman. So what's up? Leave me alone, for real. Overcharging or overpaying, because the woman overcharged, the dude overpay. My young homies, we did a video about this, where my young homie, he bought the girl a necklace. That was overpaying because she didn't appreciate it. She didn't understand the value in it. It ain't about the necklace. It don't matter how much it costs. The necklace would have been $80. It don't matter. I don't care if it's $80 or $800. It don't matter. You did something. You forced it. You was pushing. You was being pushy. You tried to force some shit. You thought, if I do this, it'll bring her closer to me. And it won't. It'll get her further away from me. So, if you listen to a woman, you won't have to overpay. They'll tell you exactly. If you listen to a woman, you won't have to guess how much to pay. If you listen, they'll tell you exactly what they want. They'll show their price tag, and you can choose if it's worth it or not. So don't overpay. Don't let a woman overcharge you, okay? Because we're going to segue a little bit. So this is important. People need to listen and pay attention to the people they're talking to. Because if you listen to people, they'll tell you exactly what they want. Clear. You got to listen. So, for example, let's say you talk to a girl and she say, I think it's so romantic when a dude buy a girl flowers. I don't care what nobody say. That's easy. Just buy the girl some flowers. If she don't appreciate it, don't buy that girl no flowers no more. You get what I'm saying? That's simple. Because most likely, people have fantasies and ideals in their head. And until they get it, they don't know what they really want or not. So you know what? When the time is right and it's appropriate, something like this It's Valentine's Day, right? This ain't nothing. People do this shit all the time. They'll just buy like a bouquet of flowers and just pass the bouquet out until they run out of flowers to women they think is attractive. And it ain't like, hey, what's up, what's your number? It'd be like, happy Valentine's Day, this is for you. And then walk away. You know what I'm saying? So if a girl say, ooh, I think it's so romantic when we do buy flowers. If it's some convenient stuff like Valentine's Day is not too far away, that's a great day just to get a girl a flower. Not no big deal, not no, oh, please go out with me. Just boom, it's Valentine's Day. I'm doing this shit very like a kind of cliche, to be honest. It ain't no over investment or nothing like that. And then she gonna look around and see 4 or 5 other girls with the same flower. So it ain't like, oh, I'm so special. But if she appreciate flowers, she'll appreciate that she's one of the girls that got a flower from you. What's something else? Let's say a girl, and this is very common, girl say, oh, I love to travel. Okay, that's easy. Set up a road trip. It ain't even gotta be nowhere far. We in KC, right? Set up a road trip. I think St. Louis got a real nice zoo. Set up a road trip to the St. Louis Zoo. All right, if y'all cool like that, if y'all already like dating and going out and y'all cool, set up a little road trip somewhere 3-4 hours away. Ain't no big crazy thing or nothing. And guess what? If she don't appreciate it, you know she's full of shit and she don't know what she really want. And you ain't gotta be listening to her like that no more. You know, you don't even need to take heed to the shit she's saying. But if she's legit and she knows what she really like, she'll be really, really, really excited that you took the initiative to do some shit like that. Yeah, this ain't the Bahamas, this ain't Jamaica or no shit like that. It's the fact the dude know I like to go out of town and do stuff. He set it up. That's dope. That's how you move. So, now you got to do all this shit knowing that women are selfish, bro. Like, real talk, women can't even help it. Women will sit there and be mad at themselves for being so selfish. I swear to God, you'd be surprised. Like, women will be sitting there like, how am I so selfish? Why am I such a bad person? Because they can't help it. That's how they built. Women are selfish and out for themselves. So you, as a dude, you have to be the best thing for them. Because if you are the best thing for them, they'll be all about you because they're selfish and they only care about what's good for them. So you got to be what's good for them. Don't that make sense? Because if you ain't what's good for them, why would they fool with you or be overly invested in you? You ain't good for them and they only care about what's good for them. See, so as a man, you really need to do what's best for everybody that you lead. Because as a man, you got to be a leader. So as a leader, if you ain't right, nobody gonna be right. But as a leader, you gotta sacrifice. You kind of gotta put yourself last sometimes, because as a leader, these other people that you lead are looking up to you. Whether you got kids, whether you got family, whether you a coach of a team, or you a leader in your community, you can't always be putting yourself first all the time and worry about what's best for you all the time and think these people that look for you for guidance is gonna trust your guidance when they know that you're selfish. This is one of the reasons why. This is one of the reasons why feminism is so big, because women want more power and authority, want to be they want to be in more positions of leadership, but it's not really natural for a woman to be a leader because women are naturally selfish because they naturally do what's best for them and not everybody else. This is why people are so weird about having a female president and stuff like that and having female bosses, because women are naturally selfish. It's nature. So listen to your partner. Listen when people talk, because they ain't gonna say, hey, if you do this, I'm gonna give you what you want. It'll just be real subtle hints. You'll be talking to a woman and she'll say some shit like, oh, I love that song, that's my favorite song. All right, so do some shit like this. Next time you're on Instagram, you do a story, put that song in your story. Because if she on Instagram and she check your story, rather she be like, oh, he put that song in there for me, it's her favorite song, she gonna listen to it and she gonna look at whatever content is up there, and it's gonna make her be like, oh, he liked that song too, or he did that for me. Whatever it is, it's more of a connection. Just listen and pay attention. Stop overthinking the shit. A lot of it's overthinking. You hear somebody say some shit and you so busy thinking on how to get what you want, you ain't listening to them telling you how to get what you want. Pay attention to people. Get your face out of your phone and pay attention to what's going on out here. So I ain't gonna let this run too long. This big bro Grizz, you watching Player Talk. Don't be overpaying. Don't let people overcharge you, and pay attention when you're dealing with people, and it'll help you a lot more. It'll make it way easier to deal with people. You won't have to worry about overcharging and overpaying, because a lot of overcharging and overpaying is not understanding what the value of it is in the first place. So people will tell you. Somebody will tell you, I like simple shit. I ain't gotta go to no fancy ass place. Take me to Five Guys and I'm happy. That's how I am. Take me to Five Guys and I'm happy. I'm like, oh, she took your boy to Five Guys. I'm cool. You could have took me to some steakhouse. I'm like, yeah, it was cool. It was cool. You know, it was cool. You took me to Five Guys. I'm excited because that's what I like. I don't care what the perception is or the ideal or something. I know what I like, and I want what I like. So if you do that for somebody, most people are gonna appreciate it. That's if you really do something a woman likes, she can't help but to appreciate it because she genuinely like it. It ain't no manipulation, no game behind it. So that's all I got for you. Y'all be cool. All right.